So it's a little more than a week since my last video, and a lot has happened, and as sometimes happens in life, pretty bad. If you recall, my last video was when I was running on the beach, and a little bit after that, I actually, my property was stolen. I have two backpacks that I carry absolutely everything in. One of them is my workout backpack, which is what I carry all my stuff. And the other one's my computer backpack, and that is where I have my MacBook. They took my heart rate strap. So I did manage to get one just a couple of days ago. They even took my pepper sprays. They took my sandals, so I can't even go to the gym right now. Thankfully, at least for my run right now, it's cool if I go barefoot, so that's no problem. They took my workout clothes. I have multiple pairs, so I can get by. At least they didn't take my phone or my watches, because I was wearing those. So apart from that, though, but I needed to get back out here, because even now, I'll tell you more as we run, but sometimes running and getting back into activity is actually very, very therapeutic. And sometimes we need to do that. So let's go ahead and let's get back. Okay, so today's plan is to make it an easy run, because as you can tell, I actually haven't been running too much in the last 3 weeks. As a matter of fact, I've taken time off. Even my hike, I felt that I did poorly. So, as sometimes I will do, since I'm not elite, taking time off really kills my fitness. So, as I said, I planned on 6 to 8 miles. Try to stay under 10 minutes. We just finished about 2 miles in about 19 minutes. So, I guess that's about a little over 9.5. Okay. So, right now, one of the things that's been occupying me is that I did, and it was lucky that I actually found a computer that was, I think, exactly like mine, if not the closest I've seen. I found it, I purchased it, and I'm doing a full data transfer. And I share this because right now I have a new problem. So, first of all, you never know how good your backup strategy is until you're forced to use it in an emergency. Nevertheless, this is a good idea to learn about as much about it as you can. And just like you do with fire drills, do a fire drill with your data. I don't know how. Maybe I'll explain it later. Because I ran into a problem I never thought of, although it's happened to me before. So I'm dumb for not thinking about it. And that is that sometimes your data recovery probably isn't going to lose your data. It could go in the other direction and back up everything you have. At least that's what it seems like on my backup. And that complicates things, because it looks like my backup, what it did was every time I moved files, and I do that a lot, it just made copies everywhere. So rather than having 150,000 files, I've got close to 1 million files. Now, I've done a few things to try to keep everything a little organized, but even with that, it's going to take me days just to sort through, in part because my data is too critical, so I don't want to make the mistake. Now, the backup, I think, has a feature where it will delete duplicates. The problem is that at this moment, I don't have the luxury of testing it, only to realize that it deleted something permanently. I guess what I could do is buy an extra large hard drive, because like for my 1 terabyte machine, it saved 5 terabytes. I guess I could get a 5 terabyte hard drive and just download everything there and then play around with the backup. Again, more expenses, more things you got to do, more complications. I could go into further detail, but the main point is just understand your backup and how your backup can go wrong.
Lap 4, 9:15. Heart rate 133.
Yeah, I'm going a bit fast. But every time I turn on my video, I slow down, so it makes up for it. So, I recommend, like I said, all of you, learn your backup strategy. I thought mine was good enough, and it kind of is, but there were some configurations that I was unaware of. And I'm sure that future me will look back and say, yeah, stupid, you made this mistake and this mistake. But hindsight is always 20/20. In the moment, I don't know. I am stupid, but that's why I'm sharing with those of you who are living in the moment. First of all, that you have a backup. Second, that you know how it works and how it could fail or how it could produce the wrong results like me, where mine created duplicates. Once I learn it, I will share a video with you, so be on the lookout for that, on how to avoid such problems. Because if I had figured it out, I probably would have saved me at least 20, maybe 30 hours worth of extra work. And that's important because one of the things that I need to do is get back to my rhythm, get back to doing what I'm doing, because the theft affects you. It's been affecting me, probably more than I care to admit. And part of it is because, as you can, some of you will know, we guys tend to bottle stuff up. Even though I'm admitting it here, in many of my activities I don't. I don't get to cry because people think that looks silly, crying over replaceable property. How stupid. I agree, but something inside me is still affected. You develop an attachment to things, and although you can rationalize why they're not worth being attached, you still do it. And you do have to work that out. You can't just bottle it up. But one of the best ways I found is getting back to work. That's why I'm doing this run. So, let's keep going.
Lap 5, 9:24. Heart rate 136.
Okay. Let's just go another 1/10, and we turn around. I can feel that I'm out of shape. It makes me mad. Really mad. It just takes a few weeks of not doing my regular workouts. All of a sudden, I'm a fat sack of shit. It's upsetting how much fitness you lose. Okay. I know I should turn it down. I said I was. Okay. Take it a little easier. Let's keep going.
Lap 7, 9:16. Heart rate 142.
And if you're wondering, yes, it hurts a lot. It never stops hurting. But, I also kind of feel like I'm back where I belong. There's this feeling of, this is good. That's the best way I can describe it. It feels like I am where I should be. No matter how terrible my run is, this is where I'm supposed to be. The blood pumping, the feeling of being alive. Both things can be true at the same time. That it can hurt and feel good. Okay, let's keep going.
Lap 8, 9:32. Heart rate 135.
Oh, yes, it hurts. Almost done. Okay, 8.18. Okay, we're stopping it. Okay, I hear some people back there. Anyway, time to take a 30-second respite and then cool down. So, So we're finishing our 2.3 miles cool down and our 8-mile run. Oh, and sometimes when I come back after a time off, it actually feels good, but this time it didn't feel good. Although it did feel like I belong here. So that kind of good feeling, but not like my body feeling like, back in the groove. Maybe I took off too much time. Maybe all the stress from what just happened to me. I don't know. Although sometimes none of those things, if there's one thing I've known about at least my body, is that I can't really predict the times when my performance will be good or bad. It just happens. I just gotta roll with it and just keep pushing on. And that is true. My workout was okay. Now I gotta go back and spend another 20-30 hours sorting my data and figuring out how to not be so damn dependent on it. So, okay, it's time to rest.